What's good? What's good? What's good, everybody? It is your girl, Tika Deshawn, right here at All Things Ruthless, home of the Ruthless Addicts. And yes, I am here to bring you guys tonight's Tyler Perry's The Oval, Season 6, Episode 6 of The Oval. And this one was entitled Power Play. Now, listen, for those of you guys that have been looking for your episode of Tyler Perry's The Oval on your Philo app, Philo is messing up major. Like this is the second time, the second week in a row where Philo has really just been jammed up to where nobody can actually find the episode. And I just want to say, I think someone kind of was talking about why the ratings for last week's episode was super low. Probably because of the fact that nobody could actually find the episode is why the ratings were so low. I'm just saying, Philo, BET app, whatever y'all gotta do, y'all need to get it together because people, the fans, people are looking for your episode. People are looking for the Oval, and these episodes are getting increasingly better. So, hey, baby, thank you for tapping in. I absolutely appreciate you for sure. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. Listen, I'm a little weak, but I'm gonna do my best, you guys, to get through this live because I had to come on and talk about it. Like, and shout out once again to Candy Loves TV, who actually was the one that showed me what the Oval was actually labeled under. So it's not even labeled under the Oval. That's how crazy it is. Let me tell y'all real quick, and then we'll get into this episode. It's actually labeled, let me get to it, under some series that is called, the series is called Air Disasters, and then it is labeled, labeled season 19, episode 4, Power Play. So I don't know if Power Play was the actual name of tonight's episode, but for right now, we're going to call it Power Play. With that being said, when the episode first begins, we're going to see where Hunter has Eli and Victoria hemmed up in the Oval Office. Now, how did he get in there? He walked. Y'all, if you guys can remember on the last week's episode, he was able to get his legs and he said he wanted to go and see what was going on. So he pulled up on Eli and Victoria as they were eating breakfast. So they hadn't even really gotten started with breakfast, but they were, feeling good, trying to, have their little moment as if they was on a breakfast date. And and Hunter pulled up on them. Yes, baby. BET is tripping big time. They need to get it together for sure. Or they gonna start losing followers, subscribers, whatever you want to call it. Hey there, Letitia. Lighten up with Letitia. Make sure you guys go and subscribe to her channel. And so Hunter is, he talking trash because y'all have committed all these different infractions or sins against me. I know you guys tried to unalive me. Like he's going down the list of everything that Victoria and Eli are responsible for. Now Eli is telling him now, and Victoria is saying, you don't really want to be president. So why don't you just allow Eli to just take over? Hunter is not having it. He is not willing to face any form of defeat. And he's letting them know that regardless of what it looked like, this is my position. This is my job. And neither one of you are going to be able to keep it. He said, let me see, he told them play stupid games and win stupid prizes. So Hunter is not messing around, y'all. We also got to see some more characters that we've been missing from previous seasons. I'm going to get into that. Y'all got to find out who actually finally showed up. And you're welcome, Letitia. You're absolutely welcome. And then Jason gets involved in the conversation and says, y'all tried to, you and my mom are responsible for trying to unalive me when I was in the hospital. And Eli is like, no, I didn't have anything to do with that. Ask him, ask Ask him where they had you stashed, and how would he know that? Like, in actuality, Eli really didn't have anything to do with Jason. He really did try to keep Jason safe. It was all, that part was all Victoria, but because Jason is under the belief of everything that Hunter is telling him, there's no chance for Eli. Eli is just stuck in the mud right about now. There's no chance. No one is believing anything that he nor Victoria are even saying, y'all. It's getting scary in the White House. And the Oval Office has been taken over by Hunter. Like I said, he got the Black Ops fellas with the blickies all pointed at everybody. Then there's also a moment we're going to see where Bobby is, I know Bobby is fine and sexy, but I swear Bobby is just too damn big to be too doggone slow. He just did not understand that he was being told by Max that there's some possibility that you might have some bugs on you because they're watching you. They're following you at every step, and he had to literally go through the motions so that Bobby could finally put two and two together to realize, oh dang, they do have me bugged. He found one of the bugs in his jacket, and Max was even telling him they probably even put some in your shoes, but he couldn't say it. He couldn't say, hey, they got you bugged. He had to use code words. And so finally, Bobby, as slow as he was, figured out what Max was trying to tell him and started, checking himself and found one or two bugs on himself. I swear, I don't know if Bobby is just there just to get sex from everybody, but his brain cells, not at the maximum capacity right now. So, of course, in the front office, they are going to, in the main entrance where you have to go in and check in with everybody. Of course, Kyle is there, as always, being messy, making sure everybody is where they're supposed to be. He's telling Bobby to go and pick up Simone from home. Now, Bobby is like, that's not making any sense because he just accused me of sleeping with her. So why would he actually put me back on that same detail? And of course, Kyle is like, I know it doesn't make any sense, but that's what your detail is. You need to go and pick up Simone. Now, we got poor Lily, who has been forced to come to work. She's been forced to come be pretty and just stand there. That's basically what her job is. She's looking so afraid. But then she sees Bobby, and she's like, hi, Bobby. And he's like, hey, Mrs. Winthorpe. Like, he is on a professional level at this point. Of course, he can't be too, well, he's been mad at her for a while because she didn't leave with him when she had the opportunity. I guess that's what his issue is with her. But poor Lily, she is literally being held captive, has to remain at this White House. Yes, Bobby is super slow. Like, it's so awful to have all the muscles and no freaking brains. I don't even understand how he passed through the academy. Maybe he passed it because of the physical aspect of it. But that's the only thing I could think of. But Bobby is just in slow motion for real. Now, of course, Kyle is saying that he has to check Lily. And of course, at this moment, Donald is just like, leave her alone. She doesn't have anything. She didn't bring anything. She's not wired or anything like that. Just leave her alone. Kyle will do any and everything to make Lily's day, the worst. And yes, Lily is definitely the new wild card. She is around this White House ear hustling. But she's gotta make it through first because she's becoming unhinged. She's drinking, going to the kitchen, getting her a sip of the cooking sherry. She's just doing anything and everything to not cope with the shenanigans. But then we're gonna see Alan, and Alan's gonna receive a phone call from Dale, and Dale is gonna let him know, hey, listen, there's some tea I got to spill to you. I know you said we can't talk on the phone, but this right here, I gotta tell you over the phone. I gotta tell you this. And so he proceeds to let him know that Richard unalived his father at the house. Richard unalived his father. And so, of course, Alan is like, man, I have so much other stuff going on that this piece of tea that you're trying to spill to me, you know, I don't. Maybe he thought that that would be some news that he could actually use for Dale to give him a call. But pretty much Alan is unfazed by anything that Dale is currently saying. He just wants him off the phone because that line is supposed to be secure. He can't say but so much. He can't say but so much, y'all. So of course, Alan as well as Lily, they're in the office. Donald is telling him to go get Lily, go get her some coffee. Get him some coffee, actually. He don't really care about Lily, but he should be paying attention to Lily because just like you said, baby, Lily is that wild card. She can, whoever she can reach out to, she can pull out a lot of information. I know Simone and the others were connected to the FBI at one point. I don't know if Lily fell in line with that whole game, but you definitely got to watch her. Of course, Donald says that he doesn't trust her. Now, finally, Bobby finally does something that makes sense, and he checks himself from head to toe and realizes that he has bugs on him. Now, he has went to Simone's home to pick her up just as he was instructed, but she is trying to do the most. She's groping him, feeling on him, giving him a whole rub down, and he's trying to speak in code and trying to tell her, you need to calm down because they're watching us. They're following us, or they're tapping at us. They're listening to us. And so he writes on a piece of paper that they're listening. And Simone is just such a horny toad at this point that, I'm just like, girl, calm down. There's so much going on. You already almost got caught. So why are you still, acting as if you're just so sex deprived and you got to get it in with Bobby? But he wrote the note, said that I'm bugged and they are listening. He finally got her to understand. And so she, again, what y'all thinking about Simone? She was just doing the utmost at that moment, y'all. I was just like, girl, calm down. Calm all the way down, because you're just doing way too much. Way too much. But as she should, it's ear hustling. She's definitely ear hustling. She's listening in every which way that she can to just hear little bits and pieces of details of what's going on. And that's when she finds out that they're also watching Alan, because when Kyle went into the office, he told Donald that, told him about the phone call. And he asked him, why are you even listening to Alan's calls? At first, he didn't want him to listen to Alan's calls, but then once he told him that Richard had unalived his father, then he said, okay, pay attention to that one. But he said that he trusts Alan way more than he trusts Lily. Yeah, maybe because Alan is afraid. Alan wants to live. But y'all, this part right here had me crying laughing, because Nancy, y'all, Nancy is out here spending all of Richard's money, buying up alcohol. She got a stack of cash, and this couple walks by. She gives each of them $100. Then she gives them more money. Then she says, it's my husband's money. Take it. Y'all can take it. And then she throws it up in the air and says that she's making it rain. Like, Nancy is out of control. And Dale is like telling her, Miss Nancy, don't you think you shouldn't spend all the money? Now, she has just bought Dale a new car. And so she's telling Dale, listen, I just bought you this car. You're going to drive me wherever I want you to, and you're going to do whatever I tell you to do. And so, of course, Dale is just like, he's complicit. Of course, he has no choice. He's complicit. But I would drop Miss Nancy off somewhere, and just keep riding. But she tells him to take her to the bank, y'all. She's about to go. She said she already emptied out his whole savings. Now she's about to go to another bank so she can get more of his money from out of his, I guess, his checking account. And she's gonna empty that one out as well. Yes, Nancy, just literally, y'all, just doing the most, man. She need to go sit down somewhere before Richard take her out. He already took the daddy out. She pushing it. She's definitely pushing it. This is that moment where Lily went into the kitchen. She needed something to drink, and then she's telling Richard, I heard about you, and he's looking at her like, what you mean? But she's not really revealing anything. And then Alan is going to walk into the kitchen, and she's going to tell Alan, hey, they're watching you. They're listening to your conversations. You just need to be careful. Now, why she didn't give that same insight to Richard, I don't know. But at this point, poor Lily, she's unhinged. She's becoming unhinged. She's just trying to cope. At this point, she's doing any and everything that she can just to try to cope with the shenanigans of being at that White House. Like, she knows where the bodies are buried, and she's being placed there by force. Now he's asking for some coffee for Donald, and she's asking, well, can you put some arsenic in it? Like, she wants to do anything. She wants to do anything that can take Donald out. And of course, Alan is like, no, we can't do that. You know, just playing the whole role, even though he probably does want to give Donald some arsenic as well as Kyle, because Kyle is always there doing the most. So then we get a phone call. Yes, the cooking sherry, just straight lit off of cooking sherry, lit, hanging. But then we get a special phone call, y'all. And we've been looking for this person for what, 2 or 3 seasons. And we see Dale. He answers the phone. It's actually Miss Nancy's phone. And on the other end of that phone call, you guys, we get Sharon. Now, Sharon, y'all, is finally back. She said they let her out of jail off of technicalities, and then she asked for Kareem. Have you seen Kareem? Then she's asking about Barry. Unfortunately, she does not yet know that Barry is unalive, so she's doing what she would normally do. Again, Miss Jody is still out of town, and I'm big mad that they didn't bring Miss Jody back. But Miss Jody is still out of town because, you know, if Miss Jody was in town, she would be spilling all of the tea. And that's exactly what Sharon said. Miss Jody would be able to tell everything that's going on. But unfortunately, at this moment, Miss Jody is just out of town and she's missing all the tea. Listen, shout out to the queen that portrays Miss Jody. I hope that all is well with her. She's very super talented, and I'm just hoping that all is well with her. And yes, finally, yeah, they finally let her out. They finally let Sharon out of the clinker. But then we got Hunter, and we about to wrap this thing up just like that, y'all, because this scene right here was crazy. Hunter is on the Sharon. Let me go back real quick, baby. Sharon did look a little different. But I will say this: after some seasons, after some months and months and months and months of waiting for them to start back filming, who knows what she could have, you know, been doing in the midst of all of that. She could have had a baby. She could have been, you know, on other jobs. And because I know someone was saying that Sierra Payton, who plays Lily, she was gone because she had a baby, but now we see her back as well. So we finally got Sharon back. I hate what she's about to endure when they actually tell her what has actually happened. They got to tell her that Barry is unalive. They got to tell her that Miss Nancy, that Richard killed unalived his daddy in the house. Listen, she's coming back. She done missed a whole lot, y'all. She has definitely missed a whole lot. But yep, she's back. Now back to this moment right here. Hunter Hunter. He is on the phone and he's talking to Donald, and he's asking Donald, oh yeah, she's definitely still looking good for sure. She's definitely still looking good. I love her. I love her. But yeah, so Donald answers the phone. He's talking to Eli, I mean to Hunter, and Hunter is, telling him that, I don't trust you. I don't trust that you're on my side. I think you always straddling the fence. You gonna go with whoever's it for the moment. And basically Hunter is asking him, well, what do you think the punishment is for treason? And Hunter said, I'm about to take this thing back to the old school ways, punishment by execution. Now look at those suits, y'all. Look at those. Do you see that gray suit and that blackish bluish suit? That's Eli, and that is Victoria, y'all. And the punishment for treason, the punishment that they're about to receive for attempting to take out the president of the United States is punishment by execution, execution being hanging. And he tells the secret agents, he tells them to drop them. And oh my goodness, Victoria's hands go shaking. You can see her shoes. Of course, Donald doesn't know that Hunter is in the Oval Office. He hasn't even looked at his phone to see exactly where Hunter was calling him from. He hadn't done his research. So he's thinking, oh, let me come down there and talk to you. Let me check in with you. Let me, fill you in on everything. Hunter is definitely, baby, in straight revenge mode. And when he told them to move them, they went hanging, legs went flapping, hands went shaking. And the reason why I feel like that was Victoria, I kind of saw the fingernail polish that she normally wears, and then the shoes that she had on in the beginning of the episode, as well as that striped tie that Eli is wearing, y'all. And they taking them out. Hunter is not playing with them. Hunter is not playing, y'all. Hunter is not playing. And they mentioned about calling her father, but then she tells him, well, Eli told me not to call my father. Girl, you should have called your daddy, honey. You should have called your daddy, because now you up there hanging. So will they make it? And then listen, this is one other thing. The whole time, you guys, everybody is trying to get into the Oval Office. Priscilla tried to get into the Oval Office. Donald tried to get into the Oval Office, and Max would not let anyone go into the Oval Office. And to know that they are up there hanging, it's a wrap. Max is most likely gonna lose his job. I guess at this point it's gonna be an in White House war again, because they would oh my God, nobody knew that Hunter was in the Oval Office with Victoria and Eli. Everybody was, oh, we got to get permission in order for you to go in there and talk to Eli. You think they're gonna make it? I hope so, because, well, not really. I don't really care if Victoria make it, but I guess because she kind of is the star of the show, they'll give her a little more longevity. But that was pretty much the end of the episode, y'all. That was the end of the episode. Again, you guys, for those of you that are trying to find the episode, it was mislabeled. I need BET to do a whole better job. I really do. It was labeled under a series called Air Disasters, and then it was season 19, episode 4, and the episode was entitled Power Play. So if you guys go over, if you have like Philo, that's where I found it. Matter of fact, it was on YouTube TV labeled the exact same way. So hopefully they will fix this by tomorrow. But again, this is why the ratings have been low, because somebody at BET is messing up, or either somebody at Philo is messing up with uploading the episodes to BET. Baby said one they'll make it, and or one of them will make it. Which one you think will make it, or you think both of them gonna make it? I think Eli might be the one that's gone. And the Honorable Josh said they gone. The way they was twitching and shaking and yeah, because who's gonna have time to realize, oh, we need to get into the office, Oval Office, and they got all these blickies pointed. But then again, Hunter is so sadistic. He may do as they like. He might knock them off, then put them back on so they can catch their breath, then knock them off again, put them back on so they can catch their breath. I don't know, y'all, but that ending was crazy to me. I'm hoping they'll have the episode. We're supposed to get another episode on the 25th. So we'll see if they updated accurately, y'all. But that was the end of the Ovals episode, y'all. What are y'all thoughts? Drop them in the comments. Yeah, just go to BET at the correct time each week. Yeah, and I literally did that. And I was like, again, they doing it. They messing up again. Hopefully they have it right. Hopefully they have it right, because it's kind of, it's unfair for people who are actually subscribed to these different platforms and they can't view the content, that they're trying to watch. And these apps cost. Like, these apps cost these apps cost money. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to send Philo a big old mean aggravated note. Like, y'all messing it up. Y'all messing it up for me, because I love the show. But anyway, you guys, I made it through. If y'all knew what I look like behind this camera, y'all would be like, girl, you need to be laying down somewhere. But I made it through. Thankfully, I'm glad that you guys were able to tap in, hang out with me for a few, just to get this quick recap on Tyler Perry's The Oval. Thank you guys. If you're finding the channel for the very first time, please hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell so that you can receive reminders of new Ruthless content. For those of you that love Ruthless and are a Ruthless addict just as I am, make sure you're locked in. March 13th, Tyler Perry's Ruthless is on its way back. It has been confirmed. Melissa L. Williams, who's the confirmation that I always look for, she has confirmed it as well. And it's on its way back. We've been waiting. We've been definitely waiting for Ruthless for way too long. So March 13th, 2025 on BET Plus. It's on its way back. Anytime after 3 o'clock in the morning, y'all, Eastern Standard Time. You can't, these apps are aggravating, but we hang in there. Thank you, baby. I absolutely appreciate it. And I definitely am taking it one day at a time. And yes, you're welcome, Letitia. Thank you for coming in and hanging with me for these few minutes to talk about this craziness called the Oval. That, I always say, if there was no Oval, there would be no Ruthless. So with that being said, you guys, I am out of here. Thank y'all so much. What up, Lamont Simpson? I just did the recap from Tyler Perry's The Oval. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. If y'all had any specific thoughts, I'll post up a image with the link to this actual live, and just drop in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on the episode. The episode was pretty good. I agree. I'll say this. People are saying we want more, we need more, but I mean, it's the Oval. They're inside the Oval Office. They just did a whole shooting up scene. This is not like one of those shows where you're gonna get a body every single episode. This is not that. I've come to that conclusion that this is not that type of show, but I'm gonna enjoy it. I enjoy it, and I'm clearly you guys enjoy it as well, because y'all keep watching it just like I do. So again, thank you to Lamont Simpson, Simpson for tapping in. Thank you to Bebe for tapping in. Thank you, Light It Up with Letitia. Make sure you guys subscribe to her channel. Thank you, Miriam Walton, for tapping in. I absolutely appreciate you. The Honorable Josh, thank you for tapping in. And thank y'all for those of you that were watching but didn't say anything. You were only listening. I absolutely appreciate you because, as I always say, your presence is my present. So thank you guys, and I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your evening. Stay ruthless. We out of here.